hey there, Yancey. Today we're going to be talking about function notation. What is it, and how do we use it? Well, it's real simple, Yance. We use function notation anytime we want to communicate to somebody that a particular relation is a function. And that means that each of its inputs maps to one and only one output. And if that don't make sense to you, then you can always think of it as no x produces two or more answers. Take, for example, the equation y equals 3x minus 5. This equation satisfies the condition to make it a function. So if we wanted to communicate to somebody that it's a function without having to tell them that all the inputs map to one output, we could just use function notation. Instead of y equals 3x minus 5, we could call it f of x equals 3x minus 5. Speaking of which, say that f parentheses x, that means f of x. It does not mean f times x. It never means f times x. It never meant f times x. It has always been f of x. Don't mix that up, Yance. You'll look like a fool. Now that we got the background out of the way, we can start talking about some of the practical matters there. Anytime you have a number inside the parentheses next to the f there, it means what is y when x is equal to that number. Like we have on the screen here, f of 2 means what is y when x is 2. Now I know a lot of you out there are probably thinking, doesn't that mean plug in 2 for x? And it could if you have an equation. Don't think of it that way though, Yancey, because the problem is you're going to confuse yourself when you don't have an equation. What happens when you have a graph or a table? You're going to get lost. It means what is y when x is 2. Finally, if you see a problem that has something along the lines of f of x equals some number, you have to understand that what you're trying to find there is all the x values that produce that value for y. Don't get confused here either, Yance. Just because some inputs have the same answer doesn't mean it's not a function. Remember, to be a function, each input has to go to one output. It doesn't matter how many inputs have the same answer. Alright, Yance, let's quit flapping our gums and get to work! Now it's real simple. We're given 3 functions, and we're asked to evaluate each of those functions at different values for x. Then, we gotta find out which x values produce the y values in the next section. You ready, Yance? Let's get to work! So our first question wants to know what is f of 0? This means we want to know what does y equal when x is equal to 0 in the f function. To figure this out, go to your table and find out where does x equal 0. You can see that right here. Take a look, Yance. When x is equal to 0, y is equal to 4. And that's it. That's our answer. Anytime you're asked to evaluate a function given a table of values, go to where x is equal to that value that you're looking for and see what the y is. Now let's try something different. We want g of negative 4. This means what is y when x in the equation here is equal to negative 4. How are we going to figure that out, Yance? Well, let's plug it in like you wanted to in the first place. G of negative 4 is the same as 1/2 times negative 4 minus 9. Just replace x with the value in the parentheses. 1/2 times negative 4 is negative 2. When you take 9 away from that, you get negative 11. Therefore, g of negative 4 is negative 11. Want to evaluate a function when you're given an equation? This is the one where you just plug it in. Now let's take a look at a graph. Our last evaluation problem is asking us to find h of 9. What is y when x is equal to 9 in the h of x graph? Listen close, Yance. Go to where x is equal to the value in the parentheses, find a point on the graph that has that x value, and look at the y value. H of 9 is equal to the y value of that point, also known as 6. To evaluate a function given a graph, find the y value of the point whose x value is the one in the parentheses. Great! Now let's go ahead and work in the opposite direction. Each of these problems in the bottom wants to know which x makes this y. To find out which x value makes f of x equal to 4, we're going to go back to our table, look for where y is equal to 4, and note what the x value is. Here's where y is equal to 4. Notice that x is equal to 0. Therefore, f of x equals 4 when x is equal to 0. To find out which x value makes g of x equal to -5, we gotta set the whole equation equal to -5 and solve. It's not ideal, Yance, but we could do it. Start by adding 9 to both sides. The 9's on the right are gonna cancel out like so, and -5 plus 9 is +4, that equals 1/2 x. To get rid of that 1/2, we're gonna multiply both sides by 2, and that's gonna get x by itself. At the end of the day, we get 8 is equal to x. This answers our question down below. Now we know that g of x is equal to -5 when x is equal to 8. Let's take a look at the graph again. Here we want to know all the points whose y values are 2. There's only one point like that on our graph, Yance, and the x value is equal to 1. Therefore, h of x equals 2 when x is equal to 1. Notice here how the only problems that required any work were the ones with the equations. For everything else, we were just matching x's with y's or y's with x. It's a looking game, Yance. Don't make it any more complicated than that. Now remember, if the number is in the parentheses, that means that you're asking the question, what does y equal when x is equal to that number? When the number's outside the parentheses on the other side of the equals, you're asking yourself which values of x make that y value happen. You may have more than one answer for that one, Yance. We didn't have that happen here, but it's passable. Alright, I think I've done everything I can do for you today. So go out there and get some practice done. Don't disappoint me!